Good morning again. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. So my weekend was pretty good, full of tarot. I had created a tarot meetup group here in Maryland called the Maryland Tarot. Shock, shock, shock. And so it was really good. Had 9 people show up for a very first meetup, so that was good. And we got to talk tarot for 2 hours, so that really made me happy. Takes a lot of energy, but I really enjoy just being able to talk tarot and be around other people. So, hope everybody else is doing well this morning. As I sit here and listen to the cards like they're the sound of the ocean, taking a breath when I hear the cards, relaxing my shoulders and my neck. And of course, with the meetup, one of my favorite topics is when reading the tarot, trusting our intuition, but it's not just with the tarot. It's just in life in general. It's listening to the things around us. It's the moon card. When it's twilight and you're not really sure, you have to trust your instincts. And it's funny, this morning, so it's one of those things where you just, if you choose to listen to what those voices say. I went and grabbed my Crow Tarot because that's come up a few times this week, and I was thinking about it, and I haven't used it during the morning meditations, and it's like, well, I can either ignore that and use my regular cards, or I can see if this is the universe saying something. So this morning I'm going to use the Crow Tarot. It's a nice deck. It's based on the General Rider-Waite-Smith, the popular one, for the most part, except there's no people in it. It's an animal-based deck, so. Here we are. Again, listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. How many times do we shuffle? Intuition. Yeah, we did talk about a lot about that this weekend. But it's also a good reminder. Teaching, learning. So here we are. And I'm going to make my 3 different stacks. Each one of these a different thread going out to the universe. Each one of these is a different conversation or a different thought. And if you believe in the multiverse, each one of these is a different path. Since this conversation will lead us down one path as compared to this conversation or this one. So today I'm going to select this one. I want to pull this string right on top. And sometimes I like to see the top as things that are right in front of us, but we don't see them. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do my 3-in-1. I'm going to flip each card over individually like we're reading a book. That way when I'm sitting here and I go through and I just describe each card and then I get to this one, I think I know what all this means until I flip over the last card. Then everything comes and changes perspective. Love that. So, let's see what we have for the first card today. The Chariot. So what is the Chariot? Well, 7s are about potential and ambition. And the Chariot is all about will and drive. So with the Chariot, this is about pushing things forward, moving things. Sometimes we just need to plow through something. So that's the Chariot. Then we have the World. So if I was just reading these two together, now we have two majors here. Majors are the destiny cards. The minors are the day-to-day. But when we start getting destiny cards like this, we start paying attention. Because here we have the Chariot, and that's that final push to get to the last card of the trumps. And that's 21. That's the World. And I've said it before, and it's just something that I heard when I was in basic training that stuck with me. You know, I was told that it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, then it don't matter. Harsh, all that other wonderful stuff, I know. But the Chariot to the World, it's that marathon. In my mind, I don't know what the rest of the cards are, but it's that marathon where you have the last 100 steps you have to take. You physically can't do it. So something else has to kick in for that last 100 steps. Interesting, which leads into the 5 of coins. Fives are challenges. And the coins are home, health, finances, all those things. You know, it's the element of earth. It's the things that keep us grounded. So it's as if putting all our effort to reach a finish line. Sometimes overextending, sometimes with the will. I want what I want when I want it. Yay. And looking at what I've got so far, it's like, yay, I got my trophy. I made that. In that marathon, I ran the last 100 steps. But at what costs? So let's turn over the advice card and see what the reading means. Wow. So there's, out of the 78 cards, there's 22 trumps, 22 majors. And when you get a reading that has this many trumps, you know, we have 3 major trumps in here. And according to this, leading to the 5 of coins. This is a conflict going on here because the Chariot is almost the opposite of the Strength card. The Chariot is, I'm going to push through. I have that mental thing. It's like, I must finish this. Strength is about having that internal strength, knowing that you have that confidence, you have be able to take that breath. Look at this crow here. So the lion is not attacking the crow. The crow is here, and the lion respects that internal strength. The crow is probably the one that put this laurel wreath around him. And so the lion, instead of attacking, recognizes an internal strength into us that just says, the chariot is loud. The wheels are rolling, war cries, all these things like this. Yes, I'm going to get to the end. Strength is that internal one, where we take the breath and we just know, I have it in me today. I have that internal strength. So the chariot is going to push to win the race. Strength is going to be the one that says, I don't need to be first. The chariot says, I'm going to be first in this race. Strength says, I don't need to be first. I will finish the finish when I need to. Because the point of this reading is we have the 5 of coins. What end result are we going to end? Even if we win, sometimes we lose. Even if we win, sometimes we lose. Especially if it's like an argument where we force our will. if we're right in an argument, our confidence does not have to yell. Does that make sense? If we are right in an argument, we're the ones who can try and bring in some compassion into it and say, I hear what you're saying. Listen to what I'm saying. So for today, sometimes we want to get to that finish line. But what are we willing to sacrifice to get there? Are we willing to sacrifice to be first when there's no trophy given out? Is it, these are important things that we're trying to do. Our boss could be the one in the chariot saying, I need this by tomorrow. Strength could be the one to say, I don't have the time and resources, but I will make sure it happens in a time that is actually realistic. Or we could be the chariot saying, I want this done by tomorrow, even though it's not a realistic expectation. Because what we need to do is we are working on a different goal than the end result we see here. And with the tarot, it's like nothing's set in the future. This is telling us to take a look at the path we're on, and is this the end result that we want? This is the path we're on. Is this the end result that we want? And so with that, again, I want to thank everybody. So this is a good reminder for me for the beginning of the week, especially because getting into that rat race, trying to get that piece of cheese. Yay, we got that cheese. But the treadmill keeps going. So that's why it's probably good to pace ourselves. So this is the path we're on. Is this the end result that we want? It's the question to ask for the week. Thank you very much, and I will be here again tomorrow. Take care.